Good morning, students. Uh, in previous video, we were talking about tenses. We have completed present tense and we were doing past tense. In past tense also, we have completed simple past tense, then past continuous and then past perfect tense. Okay, we have completed all these type of tenses. Now we have to continue with past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense. Okay, beta. So, beta, I have already told you that past perfect continuous or any perfect continuous tense is a mixture of perfect tense plus continuous tense. So the features of these two tenses combined together, and form perfect continuous tense. Okay. So let's discuss the past perfect continuous features. Past perfect continuous tense is used to show an action that had been going on before another past action. Okay, so we have already talked about this, that two actions are taking place and the action is going on before another past action starts. For example, the girl had been trying to make the model of a volcano before the teacher helped her. Okay, the girl had been trying to make the model of a volcano before the teacher helped her. So she was already doing the action before another action started. Okay, another action started taking place to show an action that was recently complete. So in this perfect continuous, you also talk about the completed action that had been done recently. So Tendulkar had been playing for 2 hours before he was run out. So Tendulkar had been playing for 2 hours. Okay, but before he ran out. So this completion of action is being told, and this action has been completed recently. Now let's talk about the structure. We have already talked about this in the class. Structure would be subject. This is negative, but you can also change it into positive by removing the not from the structure. Okay. Now negative would be subject plus had been plus verb first form plus ing plus o. But when we are talking about negative, it would be what? Had not been. Okay, there would be plus not plus been plus verb first form plus ing plus object. And when we are talking about interrogative, it would be had plus subject plus be plus verb first form plus ing plus object and a question mark. Okay. Had she been going to school? Had she been going to school? She had not been doing her work. She had not been doing her work. Am I clear? And if you are making a positive sentence, just remove not for positive. For positive sentence, remove not. Now, forms of past continuous tense. I, we, had been speaking. You had been speaking. He had not speaking. It, they hadn't been speaking. And question mark, had I been speaking? Had you been speaking? Had he, she been speaking? Had it, they been speaking? Okay, so had it been speaking? Had they been speaking? So why this? Why this chart? They are showing you the structure that is being followed in past perfect continuous tense. I am writing it down like this, but in your book also, wait a second, whole part is not coming. Verb first form plus ing plus o and a question mark. Okay. Now the complete part is showing on your screen. Now example, had you been playing in the ground before it started raining? He had not been playing well since a year. She had been meeting all the people before she contested the election. Had he been arranging for a get-together before he changed his plan? So beta, in all these, what is being used? Had been plus verb first form ing. Okay. Now for the examples, for the exercises, you have to complete it by yourself. Now in this only used to is given. How used to is used in past perfect continuous tense. So what is used to? Used to is often used with verb form in the past tense to suggest that some action happened for a particular period in the past but stopped later. Means used to is used to show a particular action that took place for some period, but after that, after some time, it stopped. For example, she used to bake delicious cake in those days. Okay, in those days, in earlier days, she used to bake delicious cake, but that action has now stopped. She is not making delicious cake anymore. Or you can say she is not making cakes anymore. Okay, she used to make, and that action had stopped. He used to drive down to office earlier. Okay, so earlier he used to drive to come to the office, but now maybe he's taking some other means, but that action has been completed. That action was done for a certain period of time. I used to exercise every day earlier. She used to live in this house long back. He never used to watch cricket matches. She never used to go to the gym. Did he used to eat porridge every morning? So, from this we know that used to is used to show, to suggest some action that has happened, that has taken place for a particular period of time, but now it has come to stop. Now, difference between simple tense and present perfect. We use simple past tense to express an action which took place at some time in the moment and is not linked with the present. Okay, simple past tense is used to describe about some moment in the past, but that moment is not linked with the present. Okay, some action that took place in the past and is not linked with the present. For example, I bought a mobile last month. Okay, so this action was done last month and is not linked with the present. If a part of action is linked with the present, we express it in the present perfect tense. मतलब अगर कोई action फर्स्ट में क्या था कि एक्शन हुआ था बट वो था, it took place in some moment in the past, at some moment in the past, and was not linked in the present. but अगर present में link होता है तो वो present perfect tense हो जाता है. For example, I have bought a new mobile. So this is present perfect tense. Okay. Now exercise is your part. Let's move on to another type of tense, that is future tense. So future tense also four types: simple, continuous, perfect, and the last one is perfect continuous. Yes, you can see it. Perfect continuous. Okay, so these are the four parts that we have been discussing in all the types of tenses. Okay, simple, continuous, perfect, perfect continuous. Now let's begin with what? Simple future tense. Let's talk about simple future tense. Okay, simple future tense. So we know that will, shall and going to are used to express action in future tense. Simple future tense, will, shall is used with verbs in the simple future tense. So in this we use will and shall with what? With verbs to express an action which will take place in the future, to express planned or intended action in the future, to refer to a general statement about the future. We use going to for suggesting an intention or decision that was made earlier to do something in the near future. Okay, so we use will and shall, but we also use what? Going to suggest some intention or decision that was made earlier to do something in the near future. Okay, to going to shows a decision that was made earlier and is to be performed in the near future. For example, the teacher is going to distribute chocolate on the occasion of Children's Day. So this decision has been made, and this action has to be performed when the Children's Day come. We also use going to perform to predict a future action when there is clear indication that it will happen. Okay, to show a what? To predict a future that is sure it would happen. For example, the baby is going to catch cold because it is not wearing a cap. Okay, ये एक future predict किया जा रहा है. Future is being predicted when there is clear action. एक clear indication है कि ये हो जाएगा. Okay, the baby is not wearing cap, so this could be the reason that he would catch cold. Okay, now will is used when we decide to do something at the time of speaking. We use will when we are speaking of something for the future, to express something that will definitely happen, to express views of the speaker, to offer to do something when you are offering something to do something, to request somebody to do something, to promise. Okay, first of all, will is used to decide something, that something is definitely going to happen, view of the speaker, offer something, request something, or promise something. For all these things will is used. For example, I will have a glass of orange juice. So he is deciding what he wants. The scheme will be launched next month. एक future event की बात की जा रही है कि ये okay. To consult a specialist, I will consult a specialist for my eye problem. So he is talking about the view of the speaker. I will not go for a walk as it is very humid. Okay, he is expressing himself. Okay, his views are what, that he will be going to the eye specialist, or he will not go for a walk because it is very humid. So it is also expressing what, the thoughts, the views of the speaker. To offer to do something, I will make a cup of coffee for the guest. Okay, so you are offering a cup of coffee or tea for the guest. I will pay your phone bills. So you are once again offering something. To request somebody to do something, will you bring my bag please? So you are requesting. For requesting also you use will. To promise to do something, I will bring a golf set for you. So you are promising something. Then these days, shall is mainly used to ask a question, to suggest, to give suggestion, or to make offers. So we have talked about for what all things will is used. Now we are talking for what all things shall is used. So shall is used for suggestion, for suggestions, for questions, and for offers. Okay, but in modern English nowadays we mostly use will. The use of shall is sort of, we don't use much. Okay, so form of simple future tense, what it would be: shall, will shall, subject plus will plus shall plus what, verb, first form, plus object. Okay, and if we are talking about negative, add a negative not. And if we are talking about the question, it would be will, shall plus subject plus verb plus object with a question mark. Okay, so with negative you just add a not, and when we are making that sense as a positive, then you remove a not. Okay, this is the negative structure. This is the negative structure. Now let's move on to the next type of tense. Next type of tense would be future continuous tense. Continuity of an action. Future continuous tense is used to indicate an action that will be going in the future. Okay, I have already told continuity of an action that will be taking place in the future. She will be joining a coaching center for tuitions. Okay, to refer to pre-scheduled future plan. जब आप future plans की बात करते हो जो आपको पहले से ही पता है, pre-scheduled है, that the manager will be meeting the new clients on Monday. So this event is pre-planned and you know that this is going to happen. To refer to a longer ongoing future action interrupted by another shorter future action. Okay, so two actions are taking place, one is longer one and one is shorter one. तो ये एक्शन को भी दिखाने के लिए, टू रिप्रेजेंट दिस टाइप ऑफ एक्शन, दैट वन इज लॉन्गर एक्शन एंड वन इज शॉर्टर एक्शन, एंड दीज बोथ आर इंटरप्रेटेड बाय इंटरप्टेड बाय वन अनदर. So Sohan will be studying when you reach home. So this action, Sohan will be studying, is interrupted by when you reach home. Okay, so Sohan would only be reading when or studying when you would reach home. Now let's talk about the structure of continuous future continuous tense. So negative once again and interrogative. So it would be subject plus will plus shall plus not. As I was saying that when you add negative, the subject becomes, the structure becomes subject plus will, shall, not plus be plus verb first form plus ing plus object. Okay, and when we are talking about the interrogative, it becomes will plus what? Subject plus be, will, shall. Okay, wait. Okay, let me write it down. Interrogative here. Okay, interrogative. Will, shall plus subject plus be plus verb first form plus ing plus object. Okay, I hope beta it's not board is shining. Ing plus object. I hope the structure of future continuous tense is clear to you. Okay beta, so we will be continuing this topic in our next video. Till then, bye bye, take care.